properties and hold it.
While winds remain strong, the flames have the upper hand, homeowners doing what they can to stop their progress. These fires come 2 years to the day after Black Saturday, the worst bushfires in Australian history that killed over 150 people. So far, property the main victim this time around. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.
The UN-backed tribunal into the killing of Lebanese Prime Minister Rafik al-Hariri is hoping a trial into his death could start later this year. It comes as a special hearing has been taking place in the Netherlands. Let's get back now to Barbara Sarah in London for more details on this, Barbara.
That's right, Rita. The special hearing is aimed at clarifying laws that will be applied when trying those responsible for the killing. One of the things they're trying to clarify is what constitutes an act of terrorism. Al-Hariri died in a bomb blast in Beirut 6 years ago. From Leichensdam in the Netherlands, Barnaby Phillips reports.
All rise. The Special Tribunal for Lebanon is now in session.
An important moment at the Special Tribunal for Lebanon as it moves from investigation into the courtroom.
Today's proceedings show that Lebanon, a proud founding member of the United Nations, is set on a course for judicial accountability through the rule of law.
It was a massive explosion that killed Rafik Hariri and many others, and Lebanon is still feeling the tremors of that blast. It's widely suspected the tribunal will indict members of Hezbollah, which is not only a powerful political movement, but also a military one. Its leader, Hassan Nasrallah, says the tribunal is a tool of America and Israel. He says Hezbollah will cut off the hand of anyone who tries to arrest its members. The trial itself is probably months away, but people in Lebanon are watching events here very closely. They know that decisions taken at this court will shake their country's stability to the core. They spent the day in complex discussions on the definitions of terrorism, murder, conspiracy. But are these lawyers and judges really immune to all the political tensions?
They are aware of all these sentiments and the impact of what has happened in those days and what is at stake now. Yet they are professionals who do their job in an impartial, independent way.
But the wheels of justice turn slowly, and all the time tensions in Lebanon are bubbling away.
Barnaby Phillips reporting there. Right, let's bring you some more European news in brief now. And France's foreign minister is facing calls to resign after taking a holiday in Tunisia in late December during the country's uprising. Michelle Elliott-Marie has said that she regrets taking the holiday, but she's refusing to stand down from her position. She's also admitted using a Tunisian businessman's private jet several times while she was staying in the country. A controversial Dutch anti-Islam lawmaker has returned to court to resume his trial. Geert Wilders faces charges of inciting hatred, including comparing Islam to Nazism and calling for a ban on the Quran. A second set of judges are now considering how the case should continue, following accusations that the original trial judges were biased against Wilders. And the search across Europe is continuing for twin schoolgirls who were kidnapped by their father, who is now known to have died. 6-year-old Alessia and Livia haven't been seen for more than a week. Their father's body was discovered at a railway station on Thursday in Italy. He had apparently committed suicide. The girls had been living with their mother in Switzerland. The online company AOL is buying news website The Huffington Post for $315 million. For more on that, let's go to our Washington, D.C. broadcast center and Rosalind Jordan.
Barbara, thanks. HuffPo, as they call it, is AOL's biggest acquisition since the company separated from Time Warner in 2009. And the purchase is just the latest step AOL is taking to regain its once dominant position in the online world. Al Jazeera's John Terrett reports.
The Huffington Post is one of the most powerful online publications of its kind, already among the top 10 global news sites. Not bad for a start-up just 6 years old. The Huffington Post has a small team that break their own stories, but its reputation has been built on trawling other news websites for headlines and exclusives and then publishing them all in one place on the Huffington Post.
You can send me anything, Ariana at HuffingtonPost.com.
The site gets its name from founder Ariana Huffington, the one-time Greek shipping heiress turned astute businesswoman who will join the board of AOL as part of the deal. By adding the Huffington Post to its growing stable of websites like MapQuest and the ultra-local news-based Patch.com, AOL is hoping to attract more eyeballs to its own struggling site.
I know there's going to be some speculation.
AOL's been having a tough time after it was dumped by Time Warner when their much-trumpeted merger from year 2000 fell apart. AOL's revenue from online commercials and dial-up connections shrank sharply in 2010, and it hopes that by building up its portfolio of websites like the Huffington Post, advertising cash will soon start flowing its way once again.
Well, John Terrett's here with a little more insight. John, I thought AOL was dead. How did it come back from the dead?
Well, you know what, Roz? I think we all had written AOL off, to be honest with you, but it's had this Lazarus act. And of course, the problem with AOL is that its share price is down, it's laying off lots of workers, and, you know, it is in a pretty grim situation one way and another. It's never made any money, by the way. However, they have a new CEO. He comes from Google. He's called Tim Armstrong, and he has a brand new strategy. And that strategy is to go ahead and buy up websites that he thinks people will want to look at, and so attract those eyeballs to the AOL website as well, which is why he's gone after the Huffington Post and the other key ones that he has, like MapQuest and this Patch.com, which is an uber local website proliferating right now in the US.
But why Huffington Post? It's so much money.
Well, I think Huffington Post really has the zeitgeist at the moment. I remember it has 25 million views every single month, and it's in the top 10 of global news websites within just 6 years. That's pretty good going by anybody's standard. And, you know, it delivers the news and opinion alongside each other in a fun and easily accessible way. So I think that's why they're going for it.
But it's not all shiny and sparkly, is it?
No, most certainly not. I mean, the Huffington Post has been criticised for profiting off the back of others' work, because one of the key things it does, as I said in my report, is to trawl global websites and bring breaking news stories and headlines together on their own site. So you could argue that that's profiting off the work that the likes of you and I do, in one sense. Also, they're accused of either not paying their staff very much money or no money at all when it comes to the bloggers. But hey, AOL clearly thinks that this business model is the way forward. And we will know soon enough if they're wrong, because the guy that's now running AOL will lose his job, I dare say, and Ariana Huffington could well take over the whole empire and become one of the most prominent businesswomen in the United States.
All right. John Terrett, thanks so much. Taking a look now at the AOL Huffington Post deal, well, it's had a boost for Wall Street. Stocks are continuing their rise on this Monday. Also on Monday, President Barack Obama has promised business leaders here in the U.S. that he is willing to cut corporate taxes. However, he's warning companies that they shouldn't save money by sending their manufacturing jobs overseas.
So the key to our success has never been just developing new ideas. It's also been making new products. So Intel pioneers the microchip, and then puts thousands to work building them in Silicon Valley. Henry Ford perfects the assembly line and then puts a generation to work in the factories of Detroit. That's how we built the largest middle class in the world.
The former U.S. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld is defending his management of the wars in Iraq and in Afghanistan. In an interview with the U.S. television network ABC News, Rumsfeld says the world is, quote, a better place without either Saddam Hussein or the Taliban in power. Rumsfeld's interview is tied to the publication of his memoir, which is coming out on Tuesday. Rumsfeld will also release some 2,000 documents from his time in public service dating back to the early 1960s. And that's all the news for now here in the Americas. Back to you, Hida.
Thank you, Rosen. We have more coming up on this news hour. Sana will be here with all the sports, including after that horrific rally crash. Could this be the end of Kubica's Formula One career? The details coming up next.
Business Latest is brought to you by Qatar Gas, delivering energy to the world.